One Welshman is through to the quarter-finals. Another one is looking to follow suit. Robert Owen, stack attack, a man who can never change his throwing style. Otherwise, he'll have to completely rebrand himself. He has had a wonderful few months. He thought, probably before his match with Neil Zonneveld, I'm going to have to win a couple of games, otherwise I'm going back to Q school. Win a few games he certainly did. Preserved his tour status, picked up £35,000, and now he can look forwards. Doesn't really have to look over his shoulder too much. He's had a love affair with this tournament in previous years. Reached the semi-finals in 2018, and this afternoon on the main stage conquered Michael van Gerwen. Not a vintage performance looking at the numbers, averaging 90.5, but he was strong enough against an erratic and off-form Michael van Gerwen. If Robert Owen has had a love affair with this tournament, and James Wade has had beautiful romance with it. Three-time winner. His last major win that came in 2021, that was when we were playing in Milton Keynes in the lockdown year. He's KO'd a couple of Scotsmen to get to this stage.
First
in the form
leg,
of Willie
Rob
Ball and Cameron
Throwfest.
Menzies, and the proud Englishman.
Game on.
He's hoping to get one over Wales's Rob Owen. He really was a big story at the World Championship, and he's looking to be a story again, Nico.
Well, what a day it could be for Rob Owen if he disposes of the three-time world champ and the three-time champ of this tournament. But it's 3 venues in this championship that Wade is looking for. Bolton, Milton Keynes and Minehead. He's never won at Minehead.
60.
Never been a Players' Champion. UK Open Champion, yes, but not here. So if you're trying to find weaknesses in the machine's makeup,
60.
you're probably looking at Minehead and the World Championship. That's about it. Stacking as on the attack.
Sometimes when you watch Rob Owen's darts land, you almost have to second guess where they're going.
Well, if you'd said to me there was going to be a match tonight that would have 3 180s in the first leg, I wouldn't have said this one.
Yes, 47.
Do
41.
not give James Wade an opportunity.
61.
He still believes that more majors are going to come his way. In an interview with a
65.
broadcaster this week, that's what he said. But he has
40.
been saying that for a few years now. Well, it doesn't look like a blocker to him,
No score.
but I assure you it was.
96.
I repeat, do not give opportunities to James Wade. Did you hear me, Rob?
88. Well, we require 40.
Double 10, new target.
James
Much
on the
better
first
as well.
leg, Owen. Second leg, James to throw first.
James is actually world number 13 right now.
140.
I look at that number and I find it quite puzzling. If I were to blindly put him in a bracket of players in the world rankings, I would say
43.
somewhere between 16 and 24. I wouldn't put him comfortably inside the top 16.
83.
Because it's not as if he's been prolific as a winner over the last 2 years.
Hasn't won anything since 2022. Beat Steve Beaton in the final Players' Championship event that year.
Exactly.
60.
However,
So-
you look at last year, run to the semi-finals in the match play and quarter-finals at the Grand Prix, you accrue quite a bit of money from those tournaments.
You do.
140.
And we have to remember last summer because he wasn't even in it until the preceding Players' Championship events where he broke his way into the 16 qualifiers, which proves the point that
100.
His amassing of points over the last 2 years has been somewhat stealth.
Nothing stealthy about this.
114.
Just imagine if he did start winning, where he could vault himself up in the rankings. I didn't see one article or one YouTube video, short or reel, on social media of anybody saying that they fancied Wade for this title. Is there any reason why he can't win the title? There are people who are playing better than him right now, but if they have a slightly off game, he's the kind of person who would mop up.
60.
I think the reason why you wouldn't necessarily pick Wade is because his A game is not as strong as the A game of some of the other players.
100.
I think that's very accurate. I think he still has a high ceiling, maybe not as big a ceiling as a Littler or a Humphreys or a Peter Wright or Van Gerwen.
45.
But his regular A game, putting in that 100 average on a regular basis, it doesn't show up enough.
$81.
From the main stage, Michael Smith is 8-3 up against Dimitri Vandenberg. Vandenberg appears to be having a mare. He's averaging 72.
Dimitri was in a bit of a hole earlier, wasn't he, against Chris Dobie? He's going to need a bigger shovel.
He's going to need an excavator.
47.
When Owen was in the last 16 the last time, that was back in 2018 when he made the semi-finals. And at that stage, he beat Ian White 10-7, averaging almost
83.
identically what Ian White did. In the quarterfinals, he would take out John Part. John Part's last big run in PDC darts.
100.
And he would lose out to Corey Cadby. Or as Phil Taylor used to call him, Corey Cadbury.
100. You require 93.
Interesting route. 7-7. It works perfectly. And Wade takes the lead.
Full flag, James.
When you watch darts and you've just got a feeling that a shot's going to be landed, as soon as treble 18 went, I thought he's going to make 7-7 look like a piece of cake.
He doesn't go down that region of the board much.
58.
He's usually got these routes planned as part of his game plan where he will go for tops, 12s and 10s. And if he's in the 16, 8, 7 region,
140.
in a best of 19 match, it might be once. I would say on average, every 19 legs he plays, and I've got no evidence for this, it's just a feeling, that he would be in the bottom left
60.
corner of the board less than once every 20 legs. That's how stringent his process is of leaving 12s, tops and 10s.
100.
Funnily enough, one of the most important darts of his life was a miss at 18. That was what he missed to beat Adrian
60.
Lewis in the 2012 semi-final at Ali Pali. Had he hit that 18, his career might have changed exponentially.
The infamous draft gate,
140.
where Adrian Lewis came back after the long break and played like a man possessed. And he went on to defend his World Championship title.
60.
Wade could have played Andy Hamilton, and I think
121.
many would have expected him to win that game. Treble 17, if he fancies it, with Wade back on 263.
57.
That may have worked out for the best.
$85. Robbie requires 64.
What's he going to leave? He's going to leave tops because he prefers
24.
it. That's where you find out if someone wants 16s or tops. That was not going for the middle wire and saying, I don't care what I leave. That was an 8.
60.
because I want tops.
40.
And that's what he needs.
Now needs double 5.
30.
Not showing too much accuracy on the outer ring so far. Golden chance for Rob Owen to break. And he will get another opportunity.
94.
Way to be miles off it in this fourth leg.
Yeah, you shot a full flag.
Straight and true.
Fifth leg, Rob.
Quite a low-key break of throw. And even though Owen, for him, this could be a crucial leg, not really happy with his own performance so far.
Not at all.
60.
James isn't even that old, but he's an ever-present in the UK Open. That list has diminished over the last
100.
few years. His first ever game in this tournament was against Gary Stevens, and he won 5 legs to 3. He then beat Ronnie Baxter in the next round,
100.
and then lost to Alex Roy by 8 legs to 4 in the last 32.
2004?
2003.
98.
He would lose in the last 32 again the following year to Colin Lloyd.
100.
But it is rather remarkable that he's won this tournament in 3 different decades.
You hear a statistic like that, and the only person you think of is Taylor.
57.
Correct. The people he's played, the games he's been in, the final moments. So many to talk about. And beating Luke Humphreys in 2021 in Milton Keynes, winning by 11 legs to 5. He played so well in that final, 102.5 in the final. It was just so good.
94.
But that was the precursor to seeing the person that he beat going on to be the best player in the world.
Well, what we're not going to see this weekend is a title defence, because Michael Smith has beaten Dimitri Vandenberg 10-3.
Congratulations to Michael. A Sunday at Minehead, not for the first time.
100. Robbie require 40.
Tops again. Keeps hitting the wire.
30.
He is handing opportunities to Wade on a plate, and you just can't do that. And there you have it. He's been doing it for 20 years. Even more than that, maybe.
Sixth flag, James.
You can't give him a 52 checkout. He's mopped up more of those than you can possibly imagine over the last 2 and a bit decades. But what do you think it is about Minehead that doesn't seem to agree with Wade? Now, he did make the quarterfinals back in 2022, but was given a bit of a tousling by Keane Barry. Did he see that as his opportunity of making the final stages?
109.
It's not as if he played poorly in that game. He averaged 96. But it'd be Keane Barry who would win that quarterfinal and go on to the final 4.
Yeah, that was the year when 2 of the final 4 were from the Republic of Ireland. They both were beaten, and it was the Michael Smith-Danny Noppert final. Go on then, Rob.
109.
We were going on about Johnny Clayton being the last person to hit a 9-darter on this stage in the UK Open.
60.
How about a Welsh double?
141.
Stack attack for a 9. Too much to ask.
59.
Well, that's 4 180s that Rob Owens hit, and they've only come in 2 legs. He's doubled up each time.
That's rather impressive. However, if he did a 1-3-3, he wouldn't have left a finish.
That's 19, so 63 left. Went safe. Now looks for the bullseye.
57.
Well, imagine if Wade takes this out.
128.
This would be 299 in 6. That dream is gone.
Treble 9.
88. We require 25.
What's Rob Owen's route of attack here? Goes pretty standard. 9 for double 8.
17.
Well, this is becoming a big problem for Rob Owen now.
Change to require 40.
Very much so. He's now 4-2 down, and it's not because of lack of opportunities. It's because he keeps hitting the wire on the wrong side of the doubles. We saw Johnny Clayton in the previous match
60.
constantly missing tops low. But the other doubles were much better, the 16s, the 8s. Something has got to click for Rob Owen.
100.
Otherwise, he's going to be behind at the break. First game was a decent one, Dan. This one, yet
100.
to bubble up. But am I being presumptuous in saying that Damon Hetter against Gian van Veen is going to be the best game of the night on here?
Probably the most eye-opening one.
57.
Two players we've not seen yet on stage 2. Or the main stage as it goes. So they've had to wait patiently for their chance to play on the stage, if you like.
Yeah,
100.
don't take it as an insult that you haven't been on the main stage. If you're going to have your first main stage game, put it on Sunday.
134.
I do like the look of the last game as well, because Nathan Aspinall has been throwing some pretty decent darts recently, but I don't think anyone has been as consistent as Willie O'Connor this weekend. Some very good performances from the Irishman.
Yeah, he's looked good. He loves Minehead. Wade
loves
that. Interesting play. Doesn't get the treble, so it's another chance for Wade.
53.
We're about to find out if leaving double 15 was prudent. Now it's more awkward. Too awkward.
No score.
What does Owen do now? Does he change the plan? Or does he stick with tops?
I'm not really sure what that was, to be honest. I think I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to say it was a change of plan, because tops hasn't been working, as simple as that.
I'm going to say it the other way. I think that was for an 8. I think that was a bad single. But it might be somewhat serendipitous, as it might just open the door to possibility in the bottom left corner instead. Now that he's found it. As we get to the end of board 2 for another year at the UK Open, what has been your best board 2 memory, Dan?
Just this year?
Of all of the ones you can remember?
Well, I'll stick to this year, and I've got to go with the Ross Smith game. It had everything. It had the big scoring, it had the drama, it had all the mismatched darts, it had the massive 1-5-6 combination from Smudger.
I can't disagree with you. That game was epic. And whereas in this somewhat sensationalized society, we tend to give things a big title, like epic or sensational, that game genuinely was off the charts.
$65.
Now we're about to find out if the plan is to stay in the bottom left corner. It is. And yet again, he's wired 2 more doubles.
James, you require 126.
They're not badly thrown darts, and that's just going to frustrate Rob. That he'll feel like he's doing everything right. They're not going in. This would be typical James Wade.
101.
That was atypical James Wade.
8.
Not an easy double for Rob. Takes it immediately. A really good shot. It's 4-4. Still none the wiser as to who's taking this one. This looks like hard work for both players. Here's the trick. Between the last 32 and the last 16,
140.
depending on how much time you've had, you've got to use it effectively. You might have very little time. You might have all day.
60.
Keeping yourself sustained and hydrated for the entire day is very difficult. Timing, nutrition
96.
is massively crucial. Because ideally these players like to eat minimally before a match around 4 hours before. Because the last thing you want to do is feel heavy on the stage. Because it saps all your energy. So these things do come into account.
98.
Something that great European Tour champions over the years have mastered. James Wade's only won 2 of those.
167.
And they haven't been for a long time either.
Yeah, 2016 the last one.
127.
Hard to think, it's nearly 9 years since he won a European Tour event. Not for the lack of trying.
140.
Has been in finals since.
40.
But is he now behind?
Same old story on tops.
1.
I've never seen the like. Double top, wired so many times. 86 left for Wade with 2. Is he going to pinch it? He is. Might as well call him the janitor. He mops up that much. And this time, he's in the bottom left corner for the 2nd time.
10th leg, James.
And it's only leg 10. That shows that things are not going to plan for Wade, but it's still a lead.
And he even mops up on the doubles that he doesn't
100.
like. You mentioned earlier how often or how very rarely, how seldomly he will leave those doubles.
140.
Well, he did get that
100.
nickname by some of the players because of the fact that people would take out the top-ranked player and he would go on to win the title. You think about 2008, for instance. Beat Gary Mawson in the final. Gary took out Barneveld. Raymond took out Phil. So there was a knock-on effect. When Ray took out Phil and Gary took out Raymond, James took out Gary. So he didn't have to go through the top 2 players in the world at that point. Even the likes of John Part and Andy Hamilton and Ronnie Baxter, they'd all been eliminated.
Change your record, 161.
And it happened again at other UK Opens. What's happening here?
136.
What happened was nearly a 161.
So we call 161.
Robert's looking to say this is how it's done. That will teach him a monstrous 161 checkout. Well, the players are back out in this finely poised contest. It is 5 apiece after the first stanza. And Rob Owen has had a multitude of issues on the doubles, particularly on tops. Not that he's been missing wildly, but because he's been clipping the top wire, and we know that the way that Rob's darts land flat, he's not been able to bully his way through. And yet, when presented with a 161 opportunity, just after Wade missed on the bullseye, Rob goes and plants it in, the same shot. And that might give him an almighty lift going forward, Nico.
Absolutely.
58.
What a great thing to do just before the break, to send a bit of a message. Message received.
Message received and message read. 2 blue ticks.
100.
That may be the most 2020s thing you've ever said, Rob. I mean, Dan. I'm so Rob Owen obsessed with that 161. I'm calling you Rob, by the way.
95.
Hope you don't mind.
Nothing I can do to change it. It's your words.
That means you've got to call me James.
140.
If you were going to give Rob Owen some advice at the break, it would be one word.
99.
Because of what you said about the proximity of the misses at double, just tell him to persevere. Just persevere. Because you can't hit the wires on the wrong side all the time.
167.
It's impossible.
Treble 17.
97.
Not the setup shot that he
122.
wanted, but 70, a darn side easier than 122. Especially now he's got to find treble 18 for the bullseye.
Now look at the way that dart behaved when it hit the dart.
51.
It actually went further away.
Danger requires 70.
Is it back to the game plan?
$50. Robbie requires
They're the
71.
checkouts that James Wade normally hits in his sleep. Owen may only get 1 dart at the bullseye, perhaps. Has to go 15 or treble. Show us what you can do again.
46.
I'll tell you what, from his angle, he thought that was in.
Danger required 20.
Typical fashion, it was on the wire.
You've shown 11 flag, James Wade.
That couldn't have been further away from the wire. It was right in the middle of
12
double 10.
flag, James to throw first.
Yeah, patience being shown by Wade, who is no longer seen as the best double 10 hitter in the world. That now belongs to a certain world number 2, which is the highest point that Wade ever actually got to in the world rankings. Never been a world number 1.
Speaking of the world number 2, Luke Littler is averaging below
41.
a ton. 99.95, leading Christoph Ratajski 3-1.
You are so finicky.
Up your game, lad.
81.
Do you want to go up and tell him in that?
Well, he's got the message somehow. Telepathically, he's now averaging 101.65.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's got a chip in his brain that's got artificial intelligence.
100.
Well, this is the time where one of 2 things is going to happen. Your energy reserves are going to kick in, or you're going to flatten out. And either way, you're going to have to figure it out.
140.
In these moments, in these long days like this, it's actually really good to be involved in an adrenaline-fueled game because that gives you the kind of energy you need to survive. But if it's just a little bit flat like this, things can go the other way. And it can become very hard work.
77. Danger required 40.
It's double 10 again. Well, well, well. You don't see that often.
143.
And the last 4 legs have been breaks of throw. It might not be 5.
137. Danger required 10.
That's different. Double 2.
6.
Well, here's the thing. The way his darts sit in the board, this might actually not be a bad play. Watch this. Skid, just like that. If he's done that on purpose for that very reason, he may just be a genius.
That's Mensa darts. The group of intelligent people,
13
not
flag,
Sunnyditch.
Rob to throw first.
Now, the way those darts can skid off the top. That was an absolutely delightful marker for double three.
60.
If he keeps doing that, he's going to get himself a reputation. Leaving double three on purpose. Game's gone, I tell you.
134.
Game is far from gone. Best of 7 legs from here.
100.
Who's the favourite? It's pretty much the same sort of odds as it was at the start. We are none the wiser.
It's pretty much give me a pound coin and I'll decide. Bearing in mind there have been so many breaks of throw as well. So that makes it harder to kind of get your thoughts around the match.
Yeah, if somebody gave me a pound coin right now, I'd keep it. I wouldn't place it anywhere. I'd give it to Gary Anderson. You ever seen him spin a pound coin?
140.
One of his tricks. He can get it to be heads or tails every time.
Not even the now ridged pound coins.
Yep. It's brilliant.
59.
I don't know how he does it.
Change required 87.
Bullseye. Does he want it?
62.
He was in 2 minds. Rob couldn't take a 143. He ended up leaving double three. Okay. It was so close again. He's this close to getting control of this match, but he's constantly knocking on the door with nobody home.
25.
It's a painful tale of 5 margins for Rob Owen. A 6th consecutive break of throw. Now James Wade's in control.
14 flag, James.
I don't bet against Rob Owen winning this 14th leg.
I don't know how you feel about that. Throwing the third dart when it's not even needed and throwing from close proximity, but I don't like it.
57.
That's just a personal thing for me. I don't like it when people throw darts at the board when they don't need to.
140.
Call me a traditionalist if you wish.
134.
It's a good job he didn't bust the score, isn't it?
$100.
The amount of countries that are represented in this UK Open are being whittled down. Poland is on the ropes against Littler on the main stage. Belgium are out.
100.
Australia are up next against the Netherlands. And MVG's not going to get another UK Open title this year. His wait for another big ranking
83.
title goes on. And it'll have to wait a while because there isn't another one for quite some time.
Not until Blackpool.
140.
Correct. And that's somewhere that Robert Owen would love to play. This tournament won't have any bearing on that. It just won't. Tops again for Wade. Nothing wrong with that, and it's a 2-leg cushion.
15 leg, Rob to throw.
If you are looking forward to match play darts in the summer, if you're someone like Wade, getting there this year as a seed, very possible. If he wins the tournament and goes further, his seeding will be better. But for Rob Owen, outside the top 40 in the world, him getting there is more possible via the floor and the European Tour.
Might need to become a floor winner this year to be in with a chance.
I think that's a realistic ambition for the year.
Well, I think in particular, now that there are 34 Players' Championships, schedule management, something we've spoken about extensively, more
84.
players are going to be withdrawing from more events because they can't keep going on. That opens opportunities up for the likes of Rob Owen.
Yes, it does. I remember the time when they used to go to Dubai for the World Series, and they had that on at the same time as 2 Players Championships. Wade was in Dubai for that about 12 years ago. The 2 Players Championships they held in Wigan that weekend were both won by Jamie Caven. And it transformed his season and his 2-year cycle.
Could have looked at the bullseye with the 3rd dart. Would have left him single to double, but he went aggressive, wanted treble 19. Departed with double 3. Treble 3.
100. Robbie requires 72.
Double 3 has already been hit by Rob Owen.
It's going to be tops. And this time he finds it. Boy, did he need to. This one is going deep. It's a good check out that, because he stopped Wade from getting a shot at Shanghai. And if the adrenaline is not kicking in now, then you're in real bother. This is where it all makes sense. All of the hours of practice, the times where you do that extra half an hour, you're starting to flag a little bit. You've still got to keep everything in sync.
100.
Wade is holding it together. And if anything, he looks more comfortable now than he did at the start of the match. I'm not really sure how that 60 went in, but it did. This is just like leg 10. Someone gets a shot at the bull first, and it's Wade again. He misses, and can Rob Owen repeat the trick to make it 8-8 the way he made it 5-5?
Lightning is not going to strike twice. It really does.
65. James, you require 25.
Can Wade pick off 25? Well, that's a poor dart, and this 5 may block the double.
15.
Loops it over.
Robbie require 96.
There are people in the crowd with their heads in their hands. They will stay there.
23.
And again, right on the wire.
Required 10.
He went aggressive, he had to.
That's
aggressive from James Wade, who is now 1 leg away from a place in the UK Open quarterfinals.
For the 2nd time at Minehead. Not a happy hunting ground. Is that going to change?
$96.
He doesn't look happy with the performance. But if you were to ask him honestly, how many times has he ever been happy with his performance? There aren't many.
To be honest, how often has he actually cared about the performance if he's gone on to win?
Precisely.
Never.
He is more about the extrinsic factors. He would rather feel bad and get the result than feel great and lose.
You tend to see it in a lot of floor games where the game has concluded,
81.
and one of the first things that players will do, whether they've won or lost, is have a glance over at the Dart Connect tablet to see what they've averaged. Wade blanks it.
He genuinely does not care.
140.
It's about winning and provision, because he wants to provide for himself, his family, and his legacy. And legacy is very important to people. This to get closer to another possible legacy day.
Double 5 for James Wade.
120.
Would have been a classy way to end it.
40.
Rob Owen is at the point of no return.
He
will be returning for another leg at least.
18th leg, James to throw first.
There are some very nervous Welsh darts fans in this audience. They wanted to see two Welsh players through to the quarterfinals. In order for that to be the case here on stage 2, Owen has got to get cracking right now.
We know that James Wade is not a noted 180 hitter, but whenever he does, he always seems to pick the most damaging moment possible for his opponent.
100.
It's a sign of someone who is okay with pressure. If anything, someone who thrives under it. It's a pretty
60.
good quality to have in a sport like this. If he'd been a golfer in the Ryder Cup, he would have been the ideal person to have on the green in 1991 at Kiawah Island instead of Bernard Langer, maybe. His ability to finish the job is legendary. Only
60.
very few times has he not finished the job.
58.
It's got to be a maximum, hasn't it? He can't leave 141 or more. And he knows.
36. James require 80.
144 points shy of a maximum. Loads of room to the left.
60.
2 darts for the match missed. Both at the top of the board. But it just had to be double 10, didn't it? To get the job done in 18 legs.
60. James require 20.
He's hit it 3 times already. Double 5. There is the match for James Wade.